Today we're going to make prints for the Duluth Pepperkakebyen or Gingerbread City online gallery. You'll have a print plate here, it's made of foam, and a tracing shape in the shape of one of the classic Norwegian gingerbread symbols. I picked a goat. You could also pick a star, a heart, or a pig. I'm carefully tracing around the goat shape, making sure to hold down the template with my helper hand so that it doesn't slip around while I trace around it. And I'm using a pen. Once my shape has been traced, I can lift off the template, and there's my goat shape. And I'll just make sure I got everything. Now I'm going to start drawing or carving some patterns into my shape. So a pattern is any element of art that repeats, lines or shapes that repeat. So I'm doing a stripy pattern on the horns, doing a swirl for the eye, then I'm going to do a snowflake pattern on the body. When you're drawing on the foam, think of it more as carving rather than drawing, because you should be pressing pretty hard with your pen. This will help your print show up better when you actually pull the print later on. So draw nice and hard with the pen because you're carving onto your print plate. Do a little heart pattern down here on the feet, and then I think that looks good. I'm ready to pull my print. Oops, almost ready. I forgot to write my name. So write your name somewhere outside of your animal shape, right on the foam. Now it's time to pull a print. So I've got a brown marker. I've got some pieces of paper on which I will make my print. And I am going to start coloring my shape with the brown marker. So color right inside the lines of your goat, your heart, your star, or your pig. We're not coloring anywhere outside of the shape. Color the whole entire thing right over all of your patterns. Make sure it's all covered up. All right, my goat is colored. I'm going to put the cap on my marker, and now I'm going to take a piece of paper on which I will pull my print, and I'm going to have a sponge in a little cup of water, and I want to wring out or squeeze the sponge super well so that the sponge is not dripping wet. We just want it a little damp. I'm going to rub the sponge, the damp sponge, on my paper just to make the paper a little bit shiny with water. We don't want any puddles or drips. That is real bad. Your print will not turn out if you have puddles or drips. So just make sure your paper is just a little bit shiny with water. Now you're going to take your paper and you are going to put it wet side down right over your foam print plate. And you're going to give it a nice massage for a while. You can even use the marker to give it a massage. You're just going to rub it all over, apply pressure to it so that the ink from the marker pulls out onto the paper from the foam. Whoop, mine slid a little bit. Oh, but it still made a pretty good print. I'm happy with this print, so I'm going to write my name on it and then set it aside. I'm going to keep this one. If you make one that doesn't turn out, that you don't want to keep, you can just throw it away and try again. So now I'm going to make another print. I'm just going to take my same print plate, the foam. I'm going to color inside my shape again with the brown marker and make sure it's all filled up. So you can reuse this foam print plate as many times as you want. All right, my goat is colored. Now again, I'm going to take a piece of paper. I'm going to squeeze my sponge so it's not soaking wet. And I'm going to rub it on the paper so the paper just gets shiny. No puddles, no drips. The water helps the marker come off onto the paper. Okay, and then wet side down, right on top of my goat, and give it a good massage. Apply pressure all over. I'm not hitting it or smacking it, I'm just rubbing it. And you can even use your marker. All right, I think it's time to lift it off. Oh, wow, that print turned out even better than the last one, so I'm definitely keeping this one. And I'll set it aside.